Okay, let's get started on making this hot Cajun crab dip. First things first is you want to start with a pound of crab claw meat or lump crab. And we're going to take this and pour it into a fine mesh strainer and drain the juices out. I'm just going to pour this out. There may not be much liquid in it. Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. So, and then we're going to get a bigger bowl and put in our cream cheese and our seasonings. We're going to use a ½ teaspoon each of garlic powder, cayenne pepper, paprika, smoky paprika, and salt. And smooth it out, blend it in together. It's pretty soft. And then we'll add in our lump crab meat. And this is going to take a little bit more mixing because the crab meat's a little bit more dense than, of course, the cream cheese. Now what we want to do is we want to add in our seasonings. Like I said, this is a ½ teaspoon of cayenne, smoky paprika, salt, and garlic powder. So I'm just going to sprinkle that over there. Then we want to add in, I think a teaspoon of lemon juice, 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire, a handful of green onions. Some recipes have mayonnaise in them, but this one doesn't. If you want it to be extra creamy, you can add a little bit of like a mozzarella, Monterey Jack, or a Fontina cheese. I'm going to add in a cup of shredded Fontina because that melts really good and it's creamy and yummy. And when I get through this, I'm going to taste it for salt. Once you get all that incorporated, it looks really pretty too. It has kind of a light colored hue to it, kind of a pink hue to it. Here comes the cat. Get it! Told you. Can't do anything with animals around, especially when you're making seafood and your cat wants it. Okay. This is blended. It's all real creamy. So what I'm going to do is taste a little bit for salt. Needs a smidgen of salt. I'm putting in a ¼ teaspoon of salt at the very end, just so I can kind of get the flavor going. There's definitely enough heat in here. It's not too hot. It is a tad bit spicy. Let me get a clean fork and taste it again, and then we'll cook it. I got a spoon. Oh well. It's salty enough for me. I don't like a lot of salt, but if you do, you might want to put a little bit more. So I put a ¼ teaspoon of salt in that. So now we've got our dip all ready to be put into our serving bowl. I've got my oven preheating to 350 degrees. And I've got this pretty little dish that I like to serve dips and whatnot in. So I'm going to put this in there and serve it with some crackers. This makes about 2 cups of dip. It makes a lot. Once we get this in here, we'll pop it in the oven for probably 15 or 20 minutes. And you don't want it all mashed down in there. You want it to be kind of fluffy. This gets really warm and bubbly. You serve it on French bread, sourdough bread, crackers, naan, pita bread, whatever you want. It makes a great game day dip. I'm going to clean this up and pop it in the oven. I'm going to put it on a cookie sheet so when it gets ready to take it out, it won't burn me. Big cookie sheet, but it'll work. So we're going to pop this in and I'll tell you how long it takes. Probably about 15 minutes. Okay, so the hot Cajun crab dip is ready. And look what happened. It spilled all over on the edges. I put too much in the serving bowl, so don't do that. Anyway, it's straight out of the oven. It smells amazing. I'm gonna wait before I dig into it. I want it to firm up a little. It just made a big mess, didn't it? But man, is it gonna be good. So we're gonna let it cool off for just a little bit, and then we'll try it with some crackers or maybe some French bread. I tried to clean up the edges a little, but I don't think anybody's gonna mind that. Let's see. It's still a little bit warm to touch. Oh, this looks really, look at that ooey gooey cheese. Can you see that? Oh man. You could dip directly into this with a cracker or use it as a spread. Look at that. Oh. Mmm. It's hot, but it's delicious. This is one of the easiest dips you could ever make. A block of cream cheese, a can of fresh lump crab meat, some seasonings, cayenne pepper, garlic powder, smoky paprika, a little Worcestershire sauce, and about 4 ounces of fontina cheese or some kind of creamy, melty cheese. Pop it in the oven. This is what you get. Mm. Mm. I might even go to a football party if somebody served this. I'm gonna try dipping it, see what happens. So that top is really, oh, look at that. Look at that, oh my goodness. You see the steam? Mm. Okay. Game day's on. Thanks, y'all. See you later. I have 2.